Hello viewers, this is AKwasp, and today I'm bringing you a Diablo 3 video on a Greater Rift. Now this video differs drastically from my previous Torment 6 Nephalem video. Again, we have the same Furious Charge Barbarian, a few gear modifications to basically make him as tough and durable and strong as possible, because this is very challenging. This Greater Rift 42, I did complete it successfully, and this is actually the highest rift that I have completed with the Furious Charge. You can see how completely, in contrast to the other video, everything here is really struggling to die, if you will. Things are just, they have so much health and they deal so much damage. It's kind of crazy. But you can see how the Furious Charge build is actually really good at taking out groups of monsters just like this, but it struggles a lot against single target DPS, which we'll see at the end against the Rift Guardian. But there's a couple things I want to point out. So here, in case you didn't realize, these purple balls essentially drop 3 of them at the end of every elite pack, and each purple ball increases your percent completion of the Rift by 1%, making the Rift, or not the Rift, excuse me, the elite packs extremely worthwhile to kill, because essentially taking them out gives you the count of killing the monsters individually, plus an extra 3% at a time that they die. Which is why, as you can see right here, popping both of the ultimates and having them as much available as you can through cooldowns is really important, because the ultimates give you most of your single target DPS, but they also give you that burst damage that you really need when you're going up an elite against an elite mob, unlike when you're going up against just a regular white trash mobs, because those will die. Specifically with the Furious Charge build, they will die anyways, easily enough. So I kind of got lucky. This level is fairly well. They really buffed the rift densities, so the density is a lucky factor, but not hugely. But these particular mobs in general, they are just not very high life points. They group up very easily. They don't hit very fast, so they don't hit very often. So it makes the survivability a lot easier on this particular rift, which, you know, is all just RNG. So it's randomly, but I got lucky, so that's good. One of the things you'll notice, not at the moment, but earlier and later, whenever I come across pylons in the rift, I always leave them unused. And I like to come back to them during the Rift Guardian, you'll notice. Because everything that I'm killing going through the Rift is relatively easy to kill. Oftentimes you'll come off against really nasty elite mobs that have electrified or fire chains or moltens is not particularly pleasant, or plague and that kind of stuff. And I mean, those might kill you now and then, but they're not particularly time consuming and troublesome to kill. So you might die, but you'll be able to kill them relatively efficiently. So like right here, this was just a bad case of I should have moved out of the way faster. That was completely my fault, completely avoidable, but it happens, and that wasn't even particularly elemental damage that got me. Unfortunately, I don't have any good elemental immunity necklace, which is what you'd really want for these higher level greater rifts, preferably fire or lightning, but those are, you know, kind of hard to get. I do have a halfway decent what's it called, Mars Kaleidoscope, so that's a poison immunity one, which honestly is fair, although I'm not using it. In this case, I believe I'm using a Hellfire Amulet that gives me the Nerves of Steel passive. And it actually just rolled really decently. It has crit damage and crit chance and strength and a socket. So I got a fairly decent Hellfire, so I'm using that. If I ever do find myself a nice fire or lightning immunity, I'll definitely swap to that. But anyways, as far as the items, I'm going to make a separate video later this week going through all the items, both for greater rifts and the essentially what you can trade off for the Torment 6 Nephalem rifts. And I'll discuss item choices and skills in that video, so check that out if you're interested. But just basically, it's just running a full Raekor set with no Ring of Royal Grandeur in favor of a Unity with a Stone of Jordan. And the gems are the Gem of Efficacy, the Toxic Gem, the Pain Enhancer Gem, and the Bane of the Trap Gem. So they're good. My gems are not ranked particularly high. They're ranked in the low 40s, but you know, that's about as far as I can get them to be easily ranked, easily leveled up. But they'll be, supposedly, Barbarians are going to be able to do a lot more in Greater Rifts in a couple weeks with Season 3 and the 2.2 patch coming through, where the Spear's charge build is still hopefully not going to get nerfed. It'll probably still be just about as effective as it is now, but there'll be a lot more effective means of killing everything. So this video is going to be dated rather quickly, but nonetheless, it's fun, it's good right now, and this particular playstyle is not likely going to change. So this will still work if this is what you want to do and you don't have the other items. So anyways, right here we see the Rift Guardian spawning, and it's the Pudge, what's his name? The Butcher guy. So it's nice to see I picked up that conduit pylon. That really helps a lot. Normally this would take forever to get this amount of damage on. But yeah, just popping my ultimates and trying to get the most out of that pylon. Pylon starts wearing down, the ultimates start wearing down, and I just go ahead and I lure him towards the next pylon. And I say lure, this isn't so much of a lure as much as I'm just running towards the other pylons that I had saved for myself and wanted to pick up. And he's following, so that's cool. It kind of acts as a lure. But basically just picking up the other pylons. And this is really, really fortunate because the conduit one is one of the best ones you can get, and the channeling one is absolutely the best one that you can get. It gives you no cooldown, and I think right here, yeah, I'm able to stack it with a power pylon, which is just ridiculous. The amount of damage I'm able to put out is insane because I can just have my ultimates up 100%. It does mean that I can't use the healing from the Ignorance is Bliss rune on Ignore Pain, but it just makes damage insane, which is awesome because it's single target DPS. As you can see, I died, but my damage over time gems were able to kill the Butcher off anyways, and a bunch of items dropped. And you can see right here, completed the rift in under 8 minutes, which is a personal best. Not to mention just being the highest tier rift that I've got to in general. Drops weren't bad, nothing good. It's just, you know, a bunch of souls to salvage, but really cool thing was these gems. I got really lucky with my gem upgrades. As you can see on screen, I was really happy. Just having the 60% chance on a rank 42 gem in general was crazy, and then getting all 3 upgrades to work, it's like, what? That was awesome. So anyways, this is cool. Just demonstrates basically how not overpowered Furious charges when you're actually going off against targets that can hold their ground and can punch back. But in general, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to check out the video where I go over the gear and the skills for this build. Thanks for watching.